Thank you for joining us to learn more about the Salesforce and AWS strategic partnership. My name is Nick Johnston, Vice President of Strategic Partnerships at Salesforce, and I'm joined today by Janine Banks, GM of Insights and Enterprise Tools at AWS. Janine, thank you so much for joining us to share your perspective on our expanded partnership.
Thanks, Nick. It's a pleasure to be here today.
And before we jump in, I want to thank you, our customers, our partners, and our amazing Trailblazer community. We're all facing unprecedented times, and together, we have an amazing opportunity to use technology to drive change and emerge stronger than ever from this global crisis. And in today's world where virtual experiences are front and center, customers are expecting the best digital experiences they've experienced anywhere as the standard digital experience they will receive everywhere. And for companies to deliver on these rising expectations, they need connected capabilities across their cloud infrastructure and data strategy, as well as their business apps to provide those seamless experiences. And at Salesforce, we deliver these seamless experiences via our Customer 360 platform, which provides the world's leading business applications platform to provide a single source of truth to deliver amazing customer success. However, we know that Salesforce will rarely be the only technology that a company is using to create that single view of the customer. And that's where our partnership with AWS provides differentiated value as a way to extend the Salesforce Customer 360 platform with the leading public cloud technology. And so the Salesforce and AWS strategic partnership is intended to provide joint customers with the fastest path from idea to impact and is grounded on our shared value of customer success. And customers also benefit from our shared focus on innovation between our companies. So our complementary technology can be used together to help our customers achieve their goals faster. And AWS is also a trusted infrastructure partner for Salesforce, supporting our own move to the public cloud and enabling Salesforce to launch in new regions. And our partnership is expansive. We've grown significantly in the last year with many new innovations for our joint customers. And we'll be covering many of these topics in more detail today, but the capabilities you see here are focused on helping our customers more effectively deliver new digital experiences across our platforms with new and improved ways to move, secure, and visualize data. Janine, in your role as GM of Enterprise Insights and Tools at AWS, you get to see so many great examples of how technology can enable amazing customer experiences. As you see the scope of the capabilities that we offer now to our joint customers, what excites you the most about the progress we've made together?
Thanks, Nick. I'm most excited about how customers are leveraging these powerful capabilities to innovate and improve the performance of their organizations. Most customers that I talk to, they tell me that their organizations are transforming in different ways, whether it is building new products, new business models, or finding new ways to engage their customers. But in almost all of these conversations, I hear a common theme, and it's possibilities. It's the idea of trying new things, experimenting at a lower cost, constantly adapting to realize their organization's long-term potential. And that's why offerings like Salesforce Private Connect and Salesforce Service Cloud are so important. Transformation, it's not easy. It's critical to have a foundation that's secure, reliable, and scalable. It includes putting strong governance and controls in place that makes it easy to optimize cost and enable compliance. So once you have that foundation, what customers tell us is that now they can take advantage of all these broad capabilities to enable engaging and intelligent omni-channel experiences.
It's a great response. And Janine, thank you for that perspective. Let's get into more details about more specifics, the things you just covered, Private Connect, Service Cloud Voice, some amazing innovations we built together. And let's actually start there with Service Cloud Voice. So I'd like to jump in and just give a little context for Service Cloud Voice, and we'll also show it in action. So Service Cloud Voice with Amazon Connect enables customers to deliver intelligent telephony capabilities as a native channel inside of Service Cloud, resulting on improved agent productivity and improved customer satisfaction. And in today's work from anywhere world, Service Cloud Voice with Amazon Connect also provides a cloud-based telephony capability that empowers customer service agents to work from wherever they need to be, while also providing unique supervisor insights to real-time customer transcripts and customer sentiment to support agent coaching from anywhere. With Service Cloud Voice, the Amazon Connect setup experience is also native inside the Service Cloud platform. There's no need to download an external connector. So let's take a deeper look at the transformative experiences that Service Cloud Voice can provide.
Now let's take a look at how you can get started with Service Cloud Voice. Setting up your Amazon Connect cloud telephony with Service Cloud Voice is simple. As an admin user, log into your Salesforce org and go to Setup. Search for Voice Setup, then enable Service Cloud. Next, you'll need to create a new contact center, name it, then provision Amazon Connect into your selected region. Simply add users and you're ready to go. Let's switch over to the Amazon Connect platform for a moment to customize what happens when customers call your contact center. Create prompts and interactive voice response decisions for agents, assign routing profiles to determine how calls are routed to agents, and lastly, turn on call recording and call transcription. Now, when a customer places a call, agents can accept the call in the omnichannel widget in Service Cloud, just like they do for cases and messaging channels. Intuitive call controls let agents transfer, mute, hold, and end calls, all without leaving the service console. For example, here's a call coming in from Tom, a customer whose account has expired. The agent can already see what the customer is calling about, so they're ready to efficiently handle the call. With a full view into purchase history, customer conversations, and contact information, agents can deliver more proactive and personalized service. Real-time call transcription captures the call as it's progressing, so agents can focus on resolving customer issues instead of taking notes verbatim. Transcription also launches on-call productivity tools for agents. Here, Tom's question about account renewal launches a next best action by using keyword spotting. The agent can then use a Lightning Flow to update the customer's account. After the call is complete, the call recording and transcript are connected to the customer profile. Supervisors see phone calls in their console along other channels. They make data-driven decisions as they keep track of KPIs, and Service Cloud Voice Analytics dashboards help them see what's happening. Supervisors can view real-time data such as call volume, average handle time, and more. Phone is still the #1 channel for customer service, and it's more important than ever that companies offer a connected, personalized, and efficient experience to customers over the phone. Service Cloud Voice with pre-integrated Amazon Connect does just that.
Pretty cool to see some of that native integration and seeing that real-time transcript in action. And what's also been great to see is since we've launched, we've already had dozens of customers go live, and we've seen some pretty impressive results. So I'd like to highlight our very first customer of Service Cloud Voice, Julie O'Donnell from ConnectRN. And they've seen some great success. They were able to get live within a month and scale to take over 3 times the typical call volume due to the improved routing and increased productivity that they received from Service Cloud Voice. It's just a great example of seeing the benefits of bringing Salesforce and AWS together in action for our customers. So Janine, it's pretty exciting stuff that our customers are able to transform in such a unique way with Service Cloud Voice and Amazon Connect. And while we've had a basic integration capability with Amazon Connect for some time, what do you think AWS customers should understand about the new value we're bringing with Amazon Connect natively embedded inside of Service Cloud Voice?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a powerful combination. When we think about a recent study that was done in Salesforce, engaged in this study where it showed 30% of consumers are contacting customer service centers more than they did last year. And so to handle all of these requests, there's many more contacts that you have to make and service agents have to handle. So we see these contact centers are transforming themselves to operate more efficiently. And this is a really important role that remote work and digital plays in this transformation. So Salesforce Service Cloud pre-integrated with Amazon Connect helps customers tap right in to AWS machine learning and AI services, like so many thousands of other customers. like Cox Automotive and Expedia, NFL, Realtor.com, and GE Healthcare. You know, historically, most contact centers were in physical buildings and housed their service agent teams. But in March and April alone this year, over 5,000 virtual contact centers were set up on Amazon Connect. So these are huge call volumes, and the only way to really handle that much volume is to take advantage of the AI powered self service and other best practices that are built right in. And so by being AI enabled by default, this allows agents to immediately interact, improve customer service. We hear customers talk about improved engagement scores, net promoter scores. It's pretty common. The other thing is that customers benefit from the natural text to speech, right? We have customer Hancock where they said, you know, why be, you know, completely held down having your customers interact with a legacy IVR where you say press one or press two to speak with. No, that's replaced with natural text to speech. You can personalize messages in real time based on what you know about the customer, their history, as well as being able to predict what will happen and what offerings or actions make sense for that specific customer. And this is possible with services like Amazon Lex, which builds conversational interfaces into any application, including the CRM. And this enables natural language understanding, which is really powerful. Also, Amazon Connect, embedded within Service Cloud Voice, leverages AI to transcribe calls, like we saw. And this helps agents to see caller sentiment in real time, to be able to react and surface insights, as well as spotting trends over time.
Yeah, those are great insights, and I think the thing that we've been hearing from Service Cloud customers that they've loved so much is the fact that all those services that you just mentioned are pre-bundled with Service Cloud Voice and Amazon Connect. So you're not only getting the powerful capabilities of cloud telephony with Amazon Connect, but you're also getting the amazing services that you just mentioned automatically bundled with Service Cloud to work for the use cases that our customers expect inside the agent desktop. So pretty powerful stuff. So let's continue to talk about powerful things that we're bringing together for customers around connected platform and how we're helping customers better move, secure, and visualize data. So we'll start there with AppFlow. And Janine, I'd love if you could help talk a little bit about AppFlow as one of the product leaders at AWS that led the strategy here, and help us understand how AppFlow with Salesforce can be a part of a customer's 360-degree view strategy.
Absolutely. What we've learned over the past few years with our longstanding partnership between AWS and Salesforce is that customers are hungering to do more with our platforms together. And so we've talked to many different customers and worked backwards from their requests. And they told us the different ways that we can make that easier. And so one of those ways is integrating the flow of data. There are a number of pain points that customers can face when trying to move their data across the cloud, but not when they're using Salesforce and AWS together, now with Amazon AppFlow, because the data is protected, it's not exposed to the public internet. They're able to take advantage of all of the powerful objects that they have in Salesforce, including their opportunities, their accounts, contacts, leads, cases, the list goes on. And to be able to map that data right into their AWS services. In particular, we see a number of use cases that customers really want to get going right away. And AppFlow is helping them do that in a matter of hours, the most days. For example, the 360 view of their customers. Customers have information about the journey within various different applications in the cloud, whether those are like Workday and, of course, Salesforce, and using other applications. And they want to bring that full view together into their data lakes on AWS. And then they also want to build unique and powerful analytics. For example, let me know what the lead scores are. No longer you want to do that in a manual, archaic way where you sort of guess how warm leads are or when they're ready for your sales team. How about use AI services on AWS to be able to generate and predict those scores, or customer engagement sentiment, or even employee retention? It goes on. And so customers have told us they want to get this full view, and using these services together, AWS and Salesforce with AppFlow is making that possible. Another use case we see is automating workflows. For example, with the Salesforce today has this powerful capability for leveraging business events, whether those events are opportunities that shift to close, or those are new support cases, service cases that are opened. Those events drive business, they drive workflow. And so customers want to be able to generate data flows that happen when those events happen. And that's exactly what Amazon AppFlow makes possible in enabling that kind of automation. Plus, AppFlow has a bunch of built-in transformations. You can map different data fields and combine and compute new fields from existing data. You can mask different values and also validate that information before you load it into your data lake or into your analytics. So we see those different types of use cases. And for example, with Expedia, a customer is using AppFlow to integrate Salesforce and AWS. They wanted to build their data pipeline into their data lake, and they want to bring various different applications together. But the most important, their crown jewel, was their Salesforce data. And so by simplifying that, but also being able to back that data up into Amazon S3, they saw some immediate results. For example, they were able to simplify their integrations, which led to reducing costs by nearly 40%.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you talked about data being the crown jewel for a company. And I think one of the also really interesting parts of how we've approached the strategy with AppFlow together is through Private Connect. So I want to talk a little bit about Private Connect, where AppFlow may enable the movement of data between Salesforce and AWS. And Private Connect for AWS specifically is a capability that creates a secure tunnel between a customer's Salesforce environment and their AWS services, so data never hits the open web, as you mentioned earlier, Janine. And this easy to configure capability has been a significant benefit for many of our joint customers, specifically those in regulated industries and those with strong data security requirements. So it's been an amazing journey with you, and excited to see more customers adopt AppFlow and Private Connect together. But when we're talking about not only data movement, but data visualization as well. And that's where our strategy with Tableau is so important. And Tableau enables customers to power their analytics in the cloud, native connections into AWS services, multiple deployment options, both a cloud version and an on-prem version, to really drive interactive analysis of the data sets that may live in S3 or may live in Redshift, and do so at scale without that data ever actually needing to move from its source. Pretty powerful things that a customer can do to bring that data to life inside the Salesforce Customer 360. And we're also seeing some amazing success from joint customers here, Experian being a great example of how they've used AWS and Tableau together to incorporate very rich data sets, accelerate their time to go live, and truly bring enterprise insights to everyone across the company, as well as their customers, to transform in new ways. And then as we think about another use case for moving data, MuleSoft, a super important part of the Salesforce Customer 360 and integration strategy, and allowing customers to deliver connected experiences from a trusted enterprise integration platform and create connections maybe to other applications, not just between Salesforce and AWS, but other third-party systems, with over hundreds of pre-built connectors on the Anypoint Exchange. Simplified process for being able to speed up integration. And oh, by the way, it runs on AWS and can be deployed to a customer's AWS environment. Pretty exciting stuff. And Janine, we talked about AppFlow, we talked about Private Connect as ways to move data between Salesforce and AWS. We talked about Tableau as a way to visualize data in a super powerful way. And then MuleSoft is a part of a broader integration strategy. Can you share a little bit more about the feedback that we're getting from customers about where they're seeing the value around AppFlow and Private Connect and some of the most common use cases?
Sure. One of the things, as I was saying earlier, is around how they want to remove that boundary in terms of networks, right? If I'm a salesperson or a marketing manager or a sales leader, I don't want to think about networks and how to set things up so that my data flows securely between these environments. And so that's what we're really simplifying for customers, where you don't need any networking skills. You can save a lot of time knowing that the data is protected, not exposed to the public internet using Private Connect. And ultimately, you're going to get rapid time to insight by getting data where it needs to be, driving insights and analytics on that data. But here's the other powerful part with AppFlow, using Private Connect to bring that together, is that you not only bring data into your AWS data lakes and analytics, as well as into Tableau, but you're also able to bring that data back into Salesforce. And I want to see in my accounts that account retention information or satisfaction information I talked about earlier. Or for my leads, I want to see those lead scores right back in those records so that I can be enabled on the spot to be able to respond to those leads in a timely fashion. And the same thing with Service Cloud Voice, being able to have that information that service agent needs right at their fingertips and anticipating what the customer's needs are, the next best action for that service agent to take. Having those insights right there is really the power of these tools working together.
Yeah, I totally agree. And when you talk about the power of the tools working together, we can only go so far as our community of trailblazers and developers and admins who know how to use these tools together and can power their organizations into the future with Salesforce and with AWS. And so that's why we've been super intentional about our joint focus on our joint learning initiatives on Trailhead. And we're really excited and proud to reinforce the fact that we've had over 100,000 AWS badges earned this year on the Trailhead platform. We're covering topics around the AWS Cloud Practitioner, the technical essentials, how to integrate Amazon Connect with Service Cloud Voice, how to use Private Connect with AppFlow. And it's just great to see the number of AWS developers now coming over to Trailhead to learn how to use our technologies together. And also the fact that we've been able to build foundational content together that allows our joint developers to get certified across our platforms. Because we know that the more that people have access to information, especially right now, the more power they'll have to be able to use these joint innovations that we've been bringing to market together.
Absolutely. That's exciting.
It's very exciting. So Janine, we covered a lot of topics, and first and foremost, I want to thank you for sharing your insights and the things that we're seeing together with joint customers. We're obviously very excited to continue the work and continue expanding our partnerships as we proceed forward. Any final words that you want to share before we break?
Well, at the event this year, it's a different environment than we're all used to, but I'm really pleased to have this opportunity to share some of the great things that we've been up to, working together closely with customers. And I think the most important thing is navigating the current environment ultimately to serve our customers in the best way that they need. And so that's what's the really exciting part about all of these innovations. And I think that customers will be able to see more coming soon.
Great. Thank you so much, Janine. Really appreciate the time. And thank you, customers, partners, our Ohana, for watching this segment. Really appreciate it. And so just for a couple of calls to action around some next steps, should you be interested in wanting to go see more on our website, we have that available for you. We also have an amazing virtual park where you can actually go and get hands-on with some fun games and opportunities to learn more about the topics that we covered here today. And then we've got a great setup in the AWS Partner Network. Come see us, learn more information about the work that we're doing together and how we can help you transform your digital experiences. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.